Thank you, Adrian. Well, are the stars aligning at a European Championship again for Wales? You can add Baku to one of the cult cities of Welsh football, and after Lille, Toulouse, Paris and Bordeaux 5 years ago, you feel something special is happening once again, as underlined by that famous win over Turkey on Wednesday. Here in sweltering Rome, perhaps the biggest challenge of all, Italy, we know, already through to the knockouts on this remarkable unbeaten run, but Wales know, at international tournaments, anything is possible. A draw will guarantee a top 2 spot in the group. 3 points here at the Olimpico will see them finish top. There are pockets of Welsh supporters here, 100, 200 or so, gathered together in their red shirts in the northeast corner of the stadium on this hot and humid day. The floodlights on, the Italians on terrific form. Dean Ashton alongside me at the Olimpico in the stadium. We are really looking forward to this.
Oh, absolutely incredible with the national anthems. But Joe, I mean, afternoon everybody. Bocelli to Berardi, Locatelli to Peroni, Moretti to Spaghetti. I have totally fallen in love with Rome. The team have absolutely dazzled, but the Welsh are here and they are serious about topping this group. I can't wait to see this Italian side tested.
We'll be with you every kick of the way, from Bangor to Brecon, Cardiff to Carnarvon. The Welsh Dragons have done it before against Italy in a European qualifier in 2002. They're ready to do it all over again. The Welsh players took the knee ahead of kick-off. Italy get us underway. Blue against red, Italy against Wales, live here on Talksport. And we'll keep you up to date as well with the other game in Group A in Baku between Turkey and Switzerland. Gareth Bale on the ball for Wales, flicking it high up towards Daniel James. It's beyond Toloi. Through it goes, though, to the Italy goalkeeper, Gigi Donnarumma. Italy in those traditional colours. I mentioned the blue shirts. The white shorts are out today, and the blue socks on. Wales all in red with gold trim. The Wales side, Ward in goal. Ampadu, Roden and Gunter the centre halves, as Bernardeschi breaks down the right for Italy in the early stages. All left foot, tries a shot, blocked off by Nico Williams, and the flag goes up. It's a free kick to Wales. Wales with Roberts and Nico Williams acting as wing-backs, Allen and Morel in the middle, Ramsey, Bale and James the furthest forward. Italy, Donnarumma in goal, Toloi, Bonucci, Bastoni and Emerson the back four, Pessina, Jorginho and Verratti in midfield, Chiesa, Belotti and Bernardeschi up front. A minute gone, Italy 0, Wales 0, the eternal city where the sun shines on half the field of play. Italy in comfortable possession. Bonucci, the stand-in skipper, inside the centre circle, flicks it to the left-hand channel, and Emerson, the Chelsea defender, who hasn't played in the Premier League, Emerson, since December, but has been a regular for his national team. Rob Page, the Wales interim boss, in his tracksuit top and black shorts, standing on the near side touchline, shaven-headed the Wales boss, the former assistant who's taken charge with Ryan Giggs away, of course. And Italy in possession with Belotti inside the centre circle. Good sliding tackle to dispossess him by Joe Allen, and then a foul on Daniel James. It's a free kick on the halfway line. Dean Ashton, the former England striker, is alongside me in the commentary box. How have Wales set up in these early stages, Dean?
Well, I mean, obviously they're going to drop deep and defend with a really good shape. Obviously with that back five nice and tight, with the two holding midfielders nice and deep as well. But when they do get the ball, they're going to have to be brave, and they will be with the quality that they've got with Ramsey, Bale and Dan James. And so far that's exactly what they have been. One quick instant right from the kickoff, Bale cuts inside onto his left foot and he's looking for that darting run inside Toloi from Dan James. It almost came off.
Big group of Wales fans on the far side in the upper tier of the East Stand, standing up, arms outstretched, clapping and cheering, almost all of them in red shirts. I can see the flag of Wales, the Welsh Dragon, red over the green and white. Wales have a free kick midway inside opposition territory. Long from Bale, up towards Allen. Might run for Williams at the far post, pulls it back across, and it's easy for Donnarumma to gather with his near post, the Italy goalkeeper. Remember, Italy unbeaten in their last 29 matches. They've won their last 10, all without conceding. Italy approaching 1,000 minutes of football without conceding a goal. They will prove a stern opposition, not just for Wales, but for anybody at Euro 2020. 0-0 the score live on Talksport. 3.5 minutes played at the Stadio Olimpico.
Well, of course, Italy will look to dominate. They'll look for Jorginho. Aaron Ramsey very, very tightly marking the Chelsea man so far. I think Robert Page will understand the influence that Jorginho has on this Italian side. He's starting to become a really important player for club and country, and that's why Aaron Ramsey, I think, will flick between making sure he's around Jorginho, but also maybe pressing on as the highest forward up against the two centre-backs and allowing then James and Bale to be nice and wide.
Remember those 8 changes for Italy today. Only Donnarumma, Bonucci and Jorginho have survived from the side that beat Switzerland so comfortably here to ensure qualification to the knockout stages. Wales potentially could even lose today and still finish in the top 2. They're guaranteed a top 2 spot if they avoid defeat, or if Switzerland fail to beat Turkey in Baku. That one live on Talksport 2. Early touch for Danny Ward. He's been outstanding at Euro 2020 so far. High flighted ball from the goalkeeper, all in lime green, out towards the far side. No free kick for Connor Roberts, who thought he got a shove in the back from Emerson. Connor Roberts, who said this week he's still euphoric, Dean, after scoring the second goal against Turkey in Baku on Wednesday.
Well, of course he will be. What an occasion. What a night for the team, but for himself to be a huge part of that and get that goal. And I think they'll be still riding on that confidence. We saw that in training yesterday, how light-hearted they were, even in the warm-up before this game. Such a big, important game. They looked very, very relaxed, which I think it was a great sign.
They certainly were. We were stood pitchside watching the Wales players train, and they were in very jovial mood, all gathered together in little groups, knocking balls about. Lots of laughs and jokes on show. You wouldn't have thought they were about to come and play here in the Lions' Den, this gladiatorial arena, as Ward rushed into a hurried clearance under pressure from Bernardeschi, angles the ball out to the right midway inside Wales territory. It's got it in field by Roberts, then headed by Morel, one in the air by the diminutive Verratti. Back for Italy today after his knee injury, his first ever appearance at a European Championship. Now then, Pessina steers the ball in field. Ramsey almost got an interception on there, but he's caught his man late, and the referee, the Romanian referee, Ovidiu Hatagan, is straight across. Fouled by Ramsey on Jorginho, and Italy have a free kick just shy of the halfway line, 0-0.
And again, just a little example of Aaron Ramsey and his awareness of Jorginho, nice and tight. Jorginho, as he tends to do a lot of the time, made the most of that challenge.
The former Wales striker Dean Saunders, also part of our commentary team on Talksport today. We'll hear from Dean throughout the commentary as Belotti looks to reach a high ball lofted downfield, takes a bounce and easy for Ward to claim. As Adrian alluded to before we started the commentary, Danny Ward has barely played at Leicester in the last 3 seasons, but he's emerged as number 1 for Wales since November of last year, and my how his saves have been crucial in the tournament so far. Remember, Wales starting the day on 4 points behind Italy, who begin the day on 6 after their 2 straight victories, as Switzerland take the lead against Turkey elsewhere in Group A. Live on Talksport 2, Switzerland 1, Turkey 0. Haris Seferovic has got the goal, but it won't matter as things stand. It's still 0-0 here, and even if Wales were to go behind, the Swiss still have some work to do in terms of overturning a 5-goal deficit, that deficit as of the start of the afternoon. It's Italy 0, Wales 0, 7.5 minutes played. Roberto Mancini standing on the edge of his technical area. Great noise from the Italians here again. Close to 16,000 here once more. Lots of those red and white and green Italian flags have been unfurled. The spectators sat apart at almost equal distance, spread all around this bowl-shaped arena with the old running track that's now covered by a blue carpet. It's an historic arena, the Stadio Olimpico, as you walk up through the green trees of the Foro Italico and the statues nearby as well. Bernardeschi darting down the right-hand side, blonde-haired. He plays a neat ball up towards Pessina, though too much on it. Easy for Ward to gather inside his 6-yard box.
Yeah, that was really nice, though, from Pessina. Didn't just admire his pass out to Bernardeschi, made sure he then made a driving run, trying to get beyond Chris Gunter. And to be honest, if that pass was a little bit better from Bernardeschi, he would have been in. So it's the first little sight we've seen from the Italians.
Now Verratti, just inside opposition territory. Verratti darts forward, neat change of pace, turns away from Morel and past Ramsey and past Bale as well. Loud cheers from the vast majority at the Olimpico. Verratti with the lime green boots on, forward to Belotti. Barrel-chested, square-jawed striker who can't force a way through, and now Allen in the centre circle for Wales. Nobody really up with him. He was sandwiched in between two blue shirts, but Allen has managed to win Wales a free kick, and they've started well. Rob Page's side, it's still goalless inside 9 minutes.
Yeah, they've started really well in terms of that pressing, especially in the midfield area, where the Italians like to play right through midfield and then into the wide players. They've been nice and tight, and again, brave on the ball. When they've had the ball, they've tried to play, which I think you've got to do. Dean Saunders mentioned it before the game about this Italian side having not played together, certainly this 11, and having that understanding. They certainly haven't started with the same intensity and verve that they did in the first two games.
Here is Emerson for Italy, back to the halfway line now, and Bastoni for Verratti, and now Bonucci in the centre circle, just stepping back into the shade. Bonucci floats a high ball down the left-hand channel. Emerson is herring after it with all his might, but there's too much on it. The ball bobbles behind, out of play for a goal kick. Away to the right, Wales playing from right to left in this opening half, Italy from left to right. And our commentary position for you on Talksport, just to the left of the halfway line and right at the back of this main stand. We're surrounded by colleagues from television and radio. There's a row of photographers and cameramen in front of us. Everywhere you look, there's the turquoise and white Euro 2020 branding. It really does feel like a top-class event. And what a big day it is for Wales. Good turn by Ramsey away from Jorginho. Wants a free kick, doesn't get it from the referee. And Italy have it back, Dean Ashton.
But they are looking, and they have to, when they get the ball, can they get it forward quickly to the likes of Ramsey? That's a couple of times now when it's been fed into midfield, they've just literally flicked it around the corner. There's that real understanding between the players looking to try and counter-attack.
For Wales, it is very much a back five when they don't have possession. The red wall, and you can hear the Wales fans away in the distance on the east side of the stadium, the far side as we look at it. Arms outstretched again over their heads, and cheering as loud as they possibly can. Italy fans a little quiet at the moment, and Italy themselves in their blue and white a little one-paced in this first 11 minutes. 0-0 the score. Bastoni the centre half, early ball up towards Belotti, far post, and Belotti stretched and didn't make contact. It's gone behind for a goal kick. I'm not sure whether Danny Ward, the goalkeeper, was quite aware of his bearings there, but in the end no danger for Wales. It's still 0-0.
No, and also I think he probably just strayed offside, but there was a lovely delivery from Bastoni, just stepping out from that centre-back into the left-hand sided channel and just looking to play that in, float that in over the top of Ampadu. And you're right, Danny Ward didn't know whether to come or stay, and in the end would have been offside but couldn't quite reach the cross.
Andrea Belotti, who was top scorer for Italy in qualifying for Euro 2020, though plenty feel he has something to prove at international level, the Torino captain. Here is Gunter for Wales, wearing number 2. And very proudly, of course, Chris Gunter, the most capped Welshman of all time. This is his 102nd cap for Wales today. Italy 0, Wales 0, live on Talksport. Elsewhere in Group A, Switzerland lead Turkey by a 0-0, but Wales fans don't need to worry. As things stand, he'll still finish in the top 2 in the group. Belotti, midway inside opposition territory with his back to goal. He goes down, he wins a free kick. Ampadu just stepping into Belotti, who's a burly striker, and that will be an interesting tussle between those two throughout the afternoon, Dean Ashton.
Yeah, and when you play a back three, it means that, and against one striker, it means that certainly one of you can be super aggressive when it goes into the feet of the centre forward, and the other two could cover around and narrow in nicely.
Jorginho, blue boots on, metronome in the middle of that Italy midfield. Remember, they call him the maestro here. Chiesa looking to wriggle away down the right-hand side. He's got away from Gunter, swings in a great delivery. Good header away by Roden. Terrific defending from the Wales centre-half, towering above his man to nod it away. But you hear the roar of the Italy supporters as their side, really for the first time in the match, just made headway down this right-hand side.
Yeah, maybe Chris Gunter just being exposed slightly there. It didn't take much, did it, for Chiesa just to slip past him and accelerate away. Delicious ball in. Rodon, brilliant, made sure that he was across the attacker and his forearm was across, and there was no way he wasn't going to head that away.
Talksport live in Rome. Bernardeschi crosses left-footed. Chiesa misses his volley at the far post, tried to swing at it, the son of the former Italy and Parma striker Enrico Chiesa, but Federico couldn't make any contact. Big clean swing and a miss and it's a Wales throw deep inside their own half in the left-back position, and Liverpool's Nico Williams, making his first ever start at a European Championship, will leave it for Chris Gunter to take.
I mean, it's plainly obvious pretty early on that when they're nice and deep, Wales, they're going to clear the ball, because you haven't got Kiefer Moore there. Who is the one that's going to collect? Who's going to win the header? Who's going to get it down on their chest? Who's going to win the free kicks? So far, it's just starting to build for the Italians. They can't get out Wales.
Emerson from 25 yards, good handling from Danny Ward. The ball was straight at him, but it spat up across the turf, and Ward just clutched it neatly into his chest.
Yeah, if you're going to sit deep, then you've got to be nice and aggressive in midfield to make sure you don't allow the likes of Emerson just to step forward and take a strike. But you're right, great handling from Ward, just took it into the belly and got his face to the turf just to bide his time.
Emerson still looking for his first Italy goal. Italy have dominated possession so far, but it remains goalless in Rome as James looks to hassle and harry Jorginho, and now Verratti in possession, edge of his own penalty area, very nearly loses out to Gareth Bale. Donnarumma, ever calm, the goalkeeper, only 22, but his performances belie his young age, just pops it out to the left of Bastoni, and Italy, as usual, very confident and controlled in playing the ball out from the back.
Yeah, they will definitely take chances, and that's where I think Robert Page will allow the three forwards and maybe one midfield player to go and press and take a chance.
Lovely 1-2 involving Verratti and Bernardeschi. The taller player Bernardeschi looking to force his way through. Connor Roberts with a back pass to Ward. Ward clears first time right-footed up into that bright afternoon sky. The temperatures and energy sapping 30 degrees. There's a murky, dull picture above us. The sky is rather grey, and Jorginho in possession at the lip of the centre circle for Italy. Wales sitting deep when they don't have the ball, all in red, allowing Italy plenty of possession, and so far so good. 16 minutes on the clock, Italy 0, Wales 0 on Talksport, and let's get the thoughts of the former Wales striker Dean Saunders. Dean?
I'm a bit worried, to be honest, and Dean, I agree with everything you've said so far. I was just about to say it. We're playing with a back five. We're playing with a back 10. And Kiefer Moore's not playing, so when the ball does get one back by a defender, he gives it Danny Ward. When it goes upfield, it's not sticking. We can't get out of our half, and they're on the brink of getting a chance or goal any minute.
Well, they have just had one decent opportunity, half opportunity there, Italy. Toloi up from the back, striking the ball goalwards first time right-footed. It took a big deflection off the shins of Belotti, but fortunately for Wales, in the end, it deflected rather tamely into the gloves of Danny Ward, and it is still Italy 0, Wales 0.
Also, the Italians will sense it. They'll sense if you're really deep and that your goalkeeper's getting lots of the ball and having to just whack it clear. They'll really sense that, as they did against Turkey especially, and then they just really pressed and worked incredibly hard off the ball, the Italians. So somehow the Welsh, like this, have got to try and get it into the feet of the likes of Allen and Ramsey and Morel, and be brave to try and play it out and get it to their forwards.
Well, they've been in buoyant mood, haven't they, Dean, the Italy fans all week, and particularly last night when we went for dinner in one of the beautiful squares in the centre of Rome. A lot of blue Italy shirts on show, and Italy in possession now with Verratti really on top in the game. Verratti looking to surge down the middle, great tracking back by Connor Roberts to whip it off his toes, and Wales have possession back out on that far side. Ramsey goes down and wins a free kick in that right back spot, and Wales can just refresh and take a couple of moments to breathe again.
Yeah, and despite obviously his incredible talent, Verratti, you know, he has been injured. He should be earmarked as somebody that you can try and get tight to. Can we win the ball back off him and then look to counter-attack is what the Wales players will be thinking.
Wales, who've lost just 3 times in their last 21 matches. 4 points from their opening 2 games in Group A of Euro 2020. Group A, by the way, as things stand, looks like this. Italy top with 7 points. They're going to win the group. Wales second with 5. Switzerland, who lead Turkey by 1-0 on 4. And that would mean Turkey would finish bottom and would be eliminated with 3 defeats from 3. Wales 0, Italy 0. We're in the 19th minute live on Talksport. Ball ping crossfield by Ampadu, straight out of play, and that's a very neat flick by Roberto Mancini, stylish as ever, still with his suit trousers on and his dark tie, flicked the ball up into the air, and the Italian fans absolutely love that.
Well, why not as well? I mean, cool as you like, cool as his outfit, just outside of the foot on the volley, just cushioned it to one of his players. It's been the brightest moment of the game.
Suave is the word, Dean, am I right?
Oh, absolutely. If only I had hair like that.
I can only hope I can hang on to mine for as long as Mancini's years. 56, Roberto Mancini, and on the verge of leading Italy to 30 games unbeaten for only the second time in their history. The last time that happened was in the 1930s. Ball floated down the right by Toloi, out of play, and Nico Williams will have a throw for Wales in their left-back spot. Do you share the concerns of Dean Saunders, Dean Ashton, in terms of the way that Wales are allowing Italy so much possession and they are very deep at times?
Well, yes, because certainly in the first two games for the Italians, that's what they've been great at, is been able to pin a side in, build momentum and eventually get the opportunities and the goals that their players deserved. And the one thing I would say is, if you haven't got that big centre forward that you can hit and that can hold it up and you can play off, well then, I haven't seen once yet the ball just be played over the top of the fullback and say to Dan James or Bale or even Ramsey from a late run, let's just flick it over the top, let's see if we can push them back. Bonucci doesn't want to be chasing into the corners, but I haven't seen that yet.
Every game of Euro 2020 is live across the Talksport network, including 4 games for you tomorrow. Tuesday, by the way, could be decisive in Group D. England against the Czech Republic at Wembley, live on Talksport. At the same time, Scotland face Croatia at Hampden. That one's live on Talksport 2. Throw in for Wales, right in front of Rob Page. He's got a huge technical area to roam around. Big gap between the pitch and the stands. Oh, Danny Ward nearly miscontrolled that back pass from Gunter. Luckily for him, it was rolling away from goal rather than towards it, as Bale controls. Handball, I think, by Bastoni, who is making a rare appearance for Italy today. Alessandro Bastoni, a Serie A champion with Italy last season, just his 5th international cap. And Wales have a free kick out in their right back position, all the way over on that far side.
I think one player that's impressed me is Connor Roberts. I mean, I was amazed he got left out of the playoff semi-finals. Incredible talent, looks really sharp, looks like that confidence has really helped him. Everything he's done so far has been nice and neat, and what Wales fans don't want to see is a Gareth Bale
He's
lay
down,
on the floor.
lying across the turf, Bale, after a rather industrial challenge, shall we say, from Bastoni. Bale slowly but surely gets to his feet, his hair tied back, with his captain's armband proudly worn on that red shirt. And those Wales supporters here and listening to us on Talksport can breathe a huge sigh of relief. He is on an international goal drought by his very high standards, Gareth Bale, as James looks to race after the quick throw from Roberts down the right-hand side. Back he goes to the Swansea man. Infield now towards Morel, but Morel left it for Allen. It was won back by Pessina. Wales have got it though with Ramsey. Ramsey 25 yards from goal, wearing number 10. Spins, turns. That's a lovely angled ball out to the far side. The Wales right, and James back into the middle, and Ampadu with the lime green boots on. Steers it forward to Bale. Italy with virtually everybody back behind the ball. Bale drifts in field. That's a neat pass into the area for Allen. Can Ramsey spin and turn? No, he can't. One back by Allen inside the penalty area. Only temporarily, though. Jorginho was first to the second ball. Italy, though, living dangerously at the back, and Wales have won it back. Nico Williams, level with the edge of the 18-yard box. It's 0-0 on Talksport, midway through the first half. This is probably the best spell of Wales pressure in the game so far. Lovely flick by Nico Williams. Ampadu infield to Allen. Allen left-hand edge of the penalty area. Jorginho gets across. Then there's a foul by Allen on Jorginho, and Italy get themselves a free kick. But really, for the first time at Euro 2020, Italy, much fancied, looked a little nervous there, Dean Ashton.
They did, and that was just wonderful one-touch play from the Welsh. Honestly, I mean, Ethan Ampadu, actually really interesting. When they had good possession, he stepped out from that middle of the 3 centre-backs and looked to really join in. And Joe Allen, maybe not as much as he used to make late runs. He made a brilliant late run that nearly got him in.
That's a good ball by Pessina, though, threaded down the left-hand side for Bernardeschi. 5 yards from the dead ball line. Pops it back to Emerson. Now Pessina, first time, tries to steer it in field. Dreadful ball. Easily intercepted by Morel, who then sloppily gives it away. Rob Page not happy. Ball with Chiesa. 30 yards from goal, central position. Finds Bernardeschi. Lovely ball to Belotti on the angle, and his cross just evades Chiesa, who, had he made contact inside the 6-yard box, surely would have had a tap in. Lovely football from Italy, with Wales players in close attention. Still, though, they played their way around them, and in the end, Belotti across goal. Chiesa just failed to make contact, and it's still 0-0.
Yeah, Bernardeschi really alive to the situation. The pass from Morel to Allen was just overcooked. Bernardeschi then combining with Chiesa, looking to get Belotti in. I thought you were very kind, because he was trying to shoot, and it was a horribly dragged shot.
But here's James down the left, crossing towards Ramsey, and Ramsey's handballed on the edge of the penalty area, and Italy get themselves a free kick. But certainly of the games we've seen so far, Dean, Italy, when they've had their key players, their starting 11 if you like, on the field against Turkey and Switzerland, they've blown them away twice. Are we seeing signs 25 minutes in that this is going to be far from straightforward for Roberto Mancini's team?
Well, I mean, already Wales have shown that, you know, they can be tested at the back, and they shouldn't be feared at the back, this Italian side, and that's been good to see, that they've got plenty of red shirts forward and try to look to get runners beyond Bale and James, which is so important for midfield.
Here is Bale, lip of the centre circle, plenty forward in that Wales red. Ramsey spinning and turning, darting towards the left-hand edge of the penalty area as we look at it. Look for Roberts at the far post. Cross was blocked by the first man, Pesina, and Ramsey has to steer the ball back towards the halfway line where Gunter is waiting. Wales, though, still in possession. Allen breaks between the lines, out to the near side, the left, and Nico Williams back to Ramsey. Italy, remember, haven't conceded in very close now to 1,000 minutes of football. They haven't conceded since October of 2020. Extraordinary run. But Wales have been there and done it before at the Euros against the so-called bigger sides. So why not here in Rome? Gunter clips the ball high down the left-hand channel. Ramsey chases. Bonucci the favourite. Bonucci knocks it behind for a corner.
Didn't look comfortable, did he? Particularly there. Leonardo Bonucci. Brilliant run from Ramsey again. He's just so good at timing that run from midfield, just making sure that he just has a little check over his shoulder to see where that space is, runs in behind midfielders, defenders. Excellent.
Corner for Wales, near side of the field, plenty forward in red. Daniel James, hands on hips, over the ball. 0-0 on Talksport in the 27th minute. James whips it in, right footed, and the header goal is onto the roof of the net. And what a moment that would have been for Chris Gunter, up from the back. 102 caps in for Wales, and very nearly, finally, had his first international goal.
Oh, everything about it was just excellent. The ball in from Dan James, nice and flat with lots of pace. Gunter looking just to get across that man that guards that 6-yard line, and just looked to glance his header just towards the near post. He just got about an inch too much on it as it flashed and just caressed the top of the net.
Meanwhile, Italy on the attack at the other end. Emerson on the far side, the left corner of the penalty area, plays it back to Verratti. Verratti is 25 yards from goal, wriggles away from Morel, darts into the 18-yard box and curls one goalwards, curls it well wide.
Well, it's just started to open up, hasn't it? I really like when Wales are in possession. Ethan Ampadu is stepping out of the back line and then making it 4v3 in midfield, and the Italians have had a real issue with that, being outnumbered. Belotti isn't going to follow Ampadu into the midfield area, and that's then when they've been able to get good possession, build their way through, and then look a real threat.
Switzerland now lead Turkey by 2-0 elsewhere in Group A. That's live on Talksport 2. Jean Shaqiri's got that goal, so the Swiss doing their bit as they look to try and get themselves towards second place. Remember, they have to win, hope Wales lose, and overturn a 5-goal swing in order to finish second. Wales 0-0 here at the Stadio Olimpico against Italy. The table like this: Italy 7 points, they're going to win the group as things stand. Wales will finish second on 5, Switzerland third on 4. Turkey without a point would finish bottom. What happened to the dark horses, Dinesh?
What happened to the supporters? I mean, it's deadly quiet in here, which is exactly what Wales did in Baku with the amount of Turkish fans. It's been an excellent first period of the first half for Wales.
Atmosphere very subdued. We'll hear from Dean Saunders very shortly on Talksport. Chiesa darts down the right, he's away from Nico Williams. Chiesa pulls it back the dead ball line. Great interception, comes out to Pacina, smuggled away by Gunter for Wales. Now Verratti, left of centre, 30 yards from goal. Bastoni, the centre half, in the left wing position up towards Belotti, and Chiesa far post! Chiesa right across goal. Nobody in blue could get the touch, and behind it goes for a goal kick.
Wow, he's a threat though, isn't he? Federico Chiesa. That's a couple of times now, no real skill, just looking to push it and run with that acceleration that he's got. And then eventually when it came back from Emerson's cross, he just took it on the thigh really nicely and then looked to slash it with his right foot across goal from a narrow angle on the right hand side, and again got it all wrong, a bit like Belotti, dragged it across the goal.
Italy have a corner, their first of the game, at the south end, the south curve of the bowl-shaped Olympic Stadium. Lofted in high by Bernardeschi. Good header away by Nico Williams for Wales. It reaches the far side of the field and it's a throw to Italy midway inside Wales territory. Taken quickly by Verratti for Bernardeschi. Bernardeschi crosses, that takes a deflection. Danny Warne is there to gather. Half an hour gone 0-0. And here's the former Wales striker Dean Saunders.
Yeah, I'm just a bit concerned even more than I was. If you're going to play with a false number 9 and a back 5, two things have got to happen. You've got to be really good at playing through teams, and you've got to be really good at absorbing pressure.
Down. No penalty, says the referee. Sorry to cut across you, Dean, but Ederson was racing into the penalty area at great pace. Roden came across to make the challenge, and the referee from Romania, despite the appeals, says no spot kick. Dean Ashton, let's get a word from you on that.
Well, that's because he just threw himself to the floor. Rodon got a little bit lucky because he just sort of edged him out with his forearm, and then it bounced up and hit Emerson on the shins and then went out of play, so he just threw himself to the floor.
Italy, meanwhile, in possession again with Bonucci, who steers it wide to the near side, and Rafael Toloi. Italy have had most of the possession. Wales have had one decent opportunity. Chris Gunter's header onto the roof of the net, and the Italy crowd just picking up a little here at the Stadio Olimpico. The score still 0-0. Tomorrow on Talksport, North Macedonia against the Netherlands, Finland against Belgium from Euro 2020. Talksport 2 will bring you Ukraine against Austria and Russia against Denmark, and both those matches relevant to Wales, because if they finish second, they will play the Group B runners-up, who will be one of either Denmark, Russia or Finland. So Wales will want to keep a keen eye on the latter two matches tomorrow, both live across the Talksport network. Gunter slices the ball, rather ugly clearance, high up into the air, off his left boot, and it's a throw to Italy deep inside opposition territory.
Yeah, if that first pass from either the goalkeeper or one of the centre-backs isn't good enough into feet, then they've looked like they've really struggled and looked like they've panicked a couple of times. They've got to find that first pass, and once they're through that, then they look good.
Here is Jorginho, steering it out to the near side, and Toloi. Now Chiesa flicks it forward up towards Pacina, away by Gunter, up to the halfway line again. Wales, of course, missing that natural focal point today. Keeper Moore left on the bench. He's a yellow card away from suspension. That's why it's been done, you'd have thought, by Rob Page. Chiesa down the right-hand side for Italy. His control is poor, and it's gone behind for a goal kick.
But he's certainly the bright spark, isn't he, of this Italian side. Again, just looking to take that first touch out of his feet with the inside of his foot away from Nico Williams. Just overcooked it.
And Danny Ward has a goal kick away to the right-hand side. Wales playing from right to left. We haven't seen too many Wales supporters as so far in Rome until we got to the stadium really today.
We haven't seen any.
Tremendous effort from them, given the quarantine rules, of course.
Exactly.
On the way back to the UK. I make it, Dean, as we look, they're in pockets around the stadium, particularly in that northeast corner. Probably 150, 200 at the Olimpico today, maybe.
It's a great effort.
Really is.
Whatever to get out here in the current climate with all the travel restrictions and quarantining needed.
It's a great pleasure for us to be here too. We've eaten our body weight in pasta, Dean.
Certainly have, yeah. I mean,
cracking on the salads when we get home, I think.
I don't dare get on the scales when I get back.
Dean Ashton played in the Premier League with West Ham and Norwich, of course. There's a free kick to Wales, just inside opposition territory. James and Allen over the ball. Allen, the number 7, standing in the sunshine, will leave it for James, who lofts it high up towards Roden, far post. Got his header to it, but the ball is nodded down straight into the gloves of Donnarumma.
Yeah, got to try harder there, Joe Roden, to make sure that he heads that back across between the 6-yard line and the penalty spot, just to give one of his teammates a chance to dart in and get that header in. In the end, he just headed it into the goalkeeper's arms as Dan James, just looking to win the ball back early, smashes into Verratti's body, takes him down.
And make no mistake, a draw would be a super result for Wales, given Italy's recent form. And remember, Italy 10 wins from 10 coming into this game. A lot of people's favourites. Roberto Mancini was keen to stress that he believes France are still the favourites to win Euro 2020.
Just having another look, just having another look at that challenge from Dan James. It actually goes through his legs, and he really follows through with the sole of his boot and his studs into the shin of Verratti. I'm surprised it hasn't been looked at.
Toloi on the halfway line for Italy. Forward to Belotti with his back to goal. Now Pessina out wide to the right hand side, and Chiesa cuts in field from the edge of the penalty area. 1-2 with Verratti, then he whips the ball straight to the chest of Dan James, who didn't know a lot about that, just cannoned off him, and the ball is back in the centre circle with Jorginho.
Interesting to see Donnarumma's positioning, just in case one of the Wales strikers has noticed. He's very, very high. We think of Marshall's positioning, he's not too far dissimilar to it.
Patrick Schick from 50 yards against Scotland earlier on in Euro 2020, surely the goal of the tournament, with Marshall miles off his line. Italy 0, Wales 0 in Rome. 35 minutes played. Rob Page with his hands in his pockets, edge of his technical area. Looks a little nervy at the moment, and perhaps understandably so. Italy seeing lots of the ball. Chiesa back to the halfway line, but that red wall on the field is so far standing firm. Now Jorginho, shirt untucked, left of the centre circle, square to the diminutive Verratti, 5'5". That's a lovely ball for Belotti, who couldn't stretch just quite enough to reach it. A key measure of Verratti's quality there. That ball floated down the middle, and then Belotti trying to spin and turn, couldn't get a connection with it on the slide, and it's through to Danny Ward, and it's 0-0.
I mean, look, that was elite level movement, and the ball as well was probably, an inch just too short, but he just got his head up. Belotti went as if he was going to go short, quickly spun in behind, and just clipped over the top from Verratti. That was almost perfection.
Now Bernardeschi opens up for him, 25 yards out, goes for it. Good block by Joe Roden. 6'4" at the heart of that Wales defence, that back 5. Now Emerson for Italy, who are camped inside Wales territory now. In the 37th minute, Jorginho square to Toloi. Toloi tall and slender, out to the near side, and Chiesa. Plenty forward in blue, but plenty back for Wales. Chiesa looks for Verratti in field. He was caught as he looked to spin away from Allen and Ramsey, and the referee comes straight across, and Italy have a free kick in a very dangerous position, Dean Ashton.
Yeah, caught and very clever from Verratti. He knew that the challenge was coming from Joe Allen, so just made sure he shoved his left leg across, knowing that Allen, if he wanted to get the ball, was going to have to fire through the back of his calf to get it. And this is, like you say, a very dangerous position.
Plenty forward for Italy here, including stand-in skipper Bonucci and Bastoni, the other centre-half. Bernardeschi and Verratti, the two over the ball. Verratti the right-footed option, Bernardeschi the left. It's 4-5 yards to the corner of the penalty area at the south end of the Stadio Olimpico. Still goalless for now. Wales have everybody back behind the ball. There's a two-man wall as we look at it towards this near side of Ramsey and James. I wonder whether Bernardeschi might be thinking about a shot, but Italy have certainly loaded the penalty area with those blue shirts. This is a nervy moment in the game for Wales in the latter stages of the opening half. Bernardeschi will definitely leave it for Verratti to drive it in low, and it's guided in, and Italy leads. And what a moment for Pessina! Wales trail in Rome, but delight for Italy once again. Pessina races away to the near side of the field. His first goal at Euro 2020, and all of Wales' hard work is undone. It's Italy 1, Wales 0.
Well, of course, you can be critical of the defending, but I have to say, the cleverness of this free kick was just beautiful from Verratti. He just made sure, Pessina, that he was just outside the box. He wasn't marked. And then just at the last second, he darted across that first man, and it was played in really flat, about a yard off the floor, just looking for that little side foot finish from Pessina. He gets just the right amount on it, just glances it away from Ward, who's not quite expecting it. What a glorious set play from the Italians.
So Wales behind, 1-0 to Italy. Wales still second as things stand. Turkey 2-0 down to Switzerland, who are third in the group, the Swiss, but they still need a couple of goals to make up the goal difference between them and Wales. So Wales still second in Group A, but they are behind to Italy, who are coming forward again now with Chiesa. Loose ball could fall from Verratti, and Chiesa was clipped. Italy have another free kick in a dangerous position, and let's very quickly go and get the thoughts of Dean Saunders.
Well, it was coming, wasn't it? We got one of the best front threes in the world, and we can't get the ball to them. All we've got to do is get the ball to them early, but with no centre forward, it's really difficult. The goal comes from pressure. We're allowing them to come on top of us, and they've got good players. Eventually, they get a goal. Joe Morel's not done his job at the near post. He's in the hole. His job is to stop someone getting in front of him. They get in front of him, score the goal.
Loose ball inside the penalty area, which Italy managed to not make anything of. Wales have scrambled it away. Dean Saunders, the former Wales striker you heard there, part of our commentary team. Dean Ashton, formerly of England, is with me at the Stadio Olimpico. 5 minutes of the first half remaining. 1-0 to Italy, and with the Swiss ahead, of course. It's a little nervy for Wales as far as their top two spot in the group is concerned.
Of course it is, and Dino's right there. It's your job as the first man to make sure that nobody runs across you. Your body position's got to be right. It wasn't. They totally meant that. Verratti knew exactly what he was doing, looking to play that in nice and flat just in front of the first man, and then Pessina was brilliant with the flicked finish.
Wales still second with the scores as they are. Emerson out on the far side, the left for Italy. Infield to Verratti, who's really starting to run the game now. Italy heading for yet another victory as things stand. Verratti corner the penalty area, drills it in low, and Pessina went for it again, and it's bobbled just wide, inches wide for Italy. Took a touch off a red shirt on its way through. The referee has signalled for a corner, and somehow it's only 1-0 to the home side.
Well, obviously, look, Aaron Ramsey can do that where he runs late from midfield. Well, so can the likes of Pessina, who did exactly that. And it was Dan James, actually, who was with him on the edge of the box, just allowed him to run off him into the space.
Italy's second corner. Bernardeschi takes it in, swinging left-footed, and the ball ricochets off Rodon, and it's gathered high by Danny Ward inside his 6-yard box. Immediately there's the throw out to the right and Connor Roberts, but Wales with everybody deep inside their own half. There's no real momentum going forward as things stand, and rather fortunate, you feel, maybe not to be 2 goals behind.
Yeah, I mean, the pressure, this is what they've done so well in the first 2 games, Italy, is once they've got that pressure, they really do cage you in, and the pressure builds and builds and builds until somebody switches off or makes a mistake.
Italy seeking that 11th straight win. It's 10 from 10 coming into today. Ramsey, though, spinning and turning for Wales. Poor layoff, easily intercepted by Pessina. Ampadu there to win it back. Ramsey gets a touch, he fouls Pessina, the Italy goal scorer, and it's a free kick to Italy midway inside their own half. We've got 2.5 minutes of the first half remaining on Talksport. Italy 1, Wales 0.
Well, I think they showed in the first half an hour, Wales, that they can cause Italy a problem, but how you get that ball to the front players, I'm not sure, is the real issue, because if you just keep going long, they're not going to win that battle. Gareth Bale doesn't really want to be going up for every header and taking a whack, and Dan James as yet hasn't run it in behind as much as I would have liked him to.
Morel occupying a very deep position for Wales, midway inside his own half, feeds Roberts on the right, early ball into the feet of Bale. It's back out wide with Ramsey square to Roberts, and now Morel again, midway inside Italy territory. Italy with everybody bar Belotti back behind the ball. Bale miscontrols with his back to goal, edge of the penalty area, and it's gone behind for a goal kick, and Wales's frustrations continue. Surely Rob Page's mind, Dean, well, is it turning towards, should I get keeper more on, or is he still thinking about the risk of a yellow card?
Well, the reason he's not starting is probably because of that yellow card. So do you want to risk in a game as long as it stays 1-0, I think he'll be fine with that. If they can just look to get the ball forwards into their attacking players a little bit better, got to be a little bit braver, and especially when you've got a back three, you can be really aggressive. They haven't been aggressive enough you can't just stand there as a back three and just allow yourselves to mark one player. The two wider of the back three have to step in at times and look to intercept, which they haven't done as yet. They've been very, very cagey in that sense.
It's still Switzerland 2, Turkey 0. So the Swiss level on points with Wales, who are ahead of Switzerland on goal difference. Wales still occupying that second spot, despite trailing by a goal to nil here. Into the final few seconds of normal time at the end of the first half at the Olimpico. The Italy fans finding their voices again. Merciful, cool breeze sweeps its way through the press box. The half-time whistle goes. So Wales are behind, despite a sterling defensive effort for much of that first half. But Italy, as we've seen already at Euro 2020, so dangerous. And it's one of the 8 players to return to the starting 11 today. Matteo Pessina of Atalanta with his third Italy goal, steering the ball beyond Danny Ward after Verratti's well-played free kick. Wales have come closest through Chris Gunter, whose header looped onto the roof of the net. As things stand, they will still finish second in Group A, but they trail in Rome, do Wales, by a goal to nil. And the change is for Italy. Leonardo Bonucci, the stand-in skipper today, goes off, and Francesco Acerbi, who replaced Giorgio Chiellini against Switzerland on Wednesday night, is again the man who takes the field. Perhaps precautionary from Italy's perspective. We all know how important Bonucci is to them. So Italy, who lead by a goal to nil, have made that one change. No changes for Wales as yet. And the second half about to begin here in hot and humid Rome conditions. Wales playing from left to right as the second half begins, all in red. Italy in the famous blue and white, playing from right to left. Wales have Danny Ward in goal, Ampadu, Roden and Gunter the centre halves, Roberts and Nico Williams the wing backs, Allen and Morel the two holding, Ramsey, Bale and James the furthest forward. Italy, Donnarumma in goal, Toloi, Acerbi, Bastoni and Emerson, Pessina the goal scorer with Jorginho and Verratti, Chiesa and Bernardeschi alongside Belotti up top. Wales do have the likes of Keeper Moore, the likes of Harry Wilson on the bench, should Rob Page want to try and change things from an attacking perspective. A frustrating first half for Wales, who created very little against this very impressive Italy side. Italy heading for 11 wins from 11 and 30 unbeaten. But Dean Ashton, will Rob Page have wanted more from his players going forward ultimately?
Of course, and he won't want them to have sat as deep as they did, especially towards the last 15 minutes of that first half, because that is where Italy have shown they're at their best, is when they trap you in your own half and look to really swarm around you as you try to play out. But they've somehow, hopefully, spoke about that at half-time and talked about a way to get out of them situations and push further up the field. What that is, we'll wait and see.
Floodlights on here. Italy fans, some of them still returning to their blue seats. The Wales fans, there are 3 big pockets of them in the northeast corner, about 50 per pocket if you like, spaced out by several rows or so, all in their red shirts and wanting a little more, you feel. Wales, as things stand, will finish second in Group A, ahead of Switzerland, who lead Turkey by 2 goals to nil, live on Talksport 2, but there's only goal difference in it at the moment. Here is Roden, tattoos down his arms, the centre-half. Square to Ampadu, under pressure from Bernardeschi, rather hurried ball back to Danny Ward, the goalkeeper, away to the left-hand side as we look at it. Big running track, of course, or what was a running track, and separating the stands from the field of play. And Ampadu again in possession, midway inside his own half. Out to Nico Williams of Liverpool. And now Chris Gunter, who plays his football with Charlton in League One. Danny Ward clears from almost on his own goal line, high up towards Bale. The header away by Bastoni for Italy, and Verratti was offside, coming back from an offside position, so had to let it run through to Ward again.
And that's what Mancini allows with his midfield players, is to go and press, go up with the forwards and press, as Dan James, lovely bit of skill there as he just takes it on the inside of his foot and takes a whack for his troubles.
I'll give you a measure of how difficult it might be for Wales to get themselves level if Italy have not conceded since October. Their last goal that they let in was to the Netherlands and Donny van der Beek in the autumn of last year, as I say. Wales trail by a goal to nil in Rome. Live on Talksport, 3 minutes played in the second half. Every game of Euro 2020 is live across the network. Tuesday night, the Czech Republic against England on Talksport, Croatia-Scotland on Talksport 2. Roden plays the ball square to Gunter. Back to Ward. Italy in their blue shirts, pressing very high. A lot of the Italy players going through their stretches and their warm-ups on the near side touchline. Mancini, the boss, a constant presence on the edge of his technical area. Rob Page about 50 yards to his right in our commentary position on Talksport. Back of the main stand, just to the left of the halfway line as we look at it. Now Ampadu.
Ampadu again. We saw that in a few instances where he really came out of that central of the back three defensive position and stepped into midfield. Whether he's going to maintain that position a little bit more, which it looks like he has done so far, I think that is a way that could really help them outnumber Italy in midfield and then get the ball to the likes of Bale and James.
A bad foul on Gareth Bale by Bastoni on the halfway line. Gets a talking to from Ovidiu Hatagan, the referee from Romania. Wales looking to summon the spirits of Lille again, the spirits of Bordeaux and Toulouse and Paris, as was the case at Euro 2016, and add to that Baku in 2020. Can they get themselves an equaliser in the Eternal City? The ball is with Pessina for Italy. Neat juggling high on the halfway line, robbed industriously by Allen. Allen, the number 7 for Wales, gets in front of Verratti. Ampadu forward to Ramsey on the halfway line. That's a neat pass to Bale. Bale darts away from Bastoni now. Bale is 30 yards out. Wide left for Wales is Nico Williams. James among those in the middle. Williams cuts onto his right foot, tries to squeeze the pass up to the edge of the penalty area. Acerbi steps out of defence and hammers it clear for Italy.
Well, that's what Gareth Bale has got to do. He's got to take it upon himself to try and drive the team forward. If he gets the opportunity, cut in onto that left foot drive, look for a pass. If not, then like he did there, he fed it out wide and Nico Williams just tried to do too much.
Williams having to go back towards Gunter, out on the far side, the east stand side of the stadium. We had a little walk pitch side a couple of days ago. There was a very slight east to west slope on the field, almost imperceptible. And now Morel, the small midfielder, midway inside his own half for Wales. Can he control the pass from Roberts? It was slightly behind him. He can't, and Italy have it back. Now Belotti, the number 9. Was he body checked by Allen there? Yes, he was. It's a free kick to Italy between 25 and 30 yards out, and Joe Allen is yellow carded.
Well, it could have been a free kick just before that, because Ampadu actually body checked Chiesa. The referee allowed play to continue, and then Joe Allen did exactly the same in the next challenge on Belotti, who again knew the challenge was coming. And is it just too far for an attempt? I think
Bernardeschi's sizing it up, isn't he?
He looks like he fancies it, doesn't he?
You know that look, Dean Ashton, for set piece takers, Verratti and Bernardeschi.
What's always interesting is whoever wants to take it grabs the ball, places it perfectly, then the next person grabs it. Verratti's now just had a go, he's grabbed it and placed it, and now Bernardeschi's placed it again.
Going through their routines. Italy have got 3 players stood behind the Wales wall, all in an offside position. Wales with a long line of red shirts on the edge of the area. Italy playing from right to left as we look at it, leading by a goal to nil on Talksport. 6.5 minutes into the second half. Wales still second in Group A as things stand, though level on points with the Swiss. Italy are going to win the group as things stand. Will it be Bernardeschi? Will it be Verratti? This is a good 30 yards out. Danny Ward, the Wales goalkeeper, on his toes on his goal line. The referee blows his whistle finally. Back come those three from their offside positions. Verratti will leave it for Bernardeschi to curl it low. He's hit the post. Very nearly placed to perfection from Bernardeschi. The goalkeeper Ward was scrambling to his right-hand side, and Italy denied a second goal by the woodwork in Rome.
Well, really clever the way they just positioned the Italian players to make sure that when the three that were behind the wall ran in front of the wall and the three that were in front of the wall split, which meant Danny Ward just probably couldn't even see the ball. Bernardeschi then going round the wall and skimming off the outside of the post. Ward only saw it really, really late.
Not necessarily a popular pick among Italy supporters, Bernardeschi. His performances for his club Juventus, like a lot of Juventus players this season, have not been up to scratch. Didn't score for Juventus in 2020-2021, but he's impressed today, all right. Italy lead by a goal to nil, but it could have been more. And let off for Wales. We're in the 53rd minute as Donnarumma clears long the Italy goalkeeper. Away by Joe Rodon. Now it's come back to Roberts, feeds it high down the right-hand side, and Ramsey's in here. Aaron Ramsey at a very tight angle inside the 6-yard box. He tried to play it back, and Jorginho, of course, was there for Italy right at the last. And just like when it looked as though Wales had a sight of goal, it's snuffed out.
What a chance! What a massive chance for Aaron Ramsey. I don't know why he's trying to be so clever.
Now Chiesa racing away. That's a great sliding tackle from Chris Gunter, and the atmosphere is picked up again, Dean Ashton. Italy in possession once more. Chiesa tries to poke it through to Belotti. This is a crucial point in the game, you feel. 9 minutes now into the second half. 1-0 to Italy. Belotti almost put through. Steered away. And it's Toloy with the pass. And Italy have it back on the halfway line. Almost stunned into action, Italy there.
Oh, but what a chance for Aaron Ramsey. Bastoni totally misread the bounce of the ball. It's played over the top for Belotti.
Inside the penalty area, angle is tight, and he hammered it over the top. He went for it a la Marco van Basten, and it sliced up high into the blue carpet, the old running track behind the goal. We're seeing a replay on our monitors, Dean Ashton, of that Ramsey chance again.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think Marco will be rolling his eyes at that Belotti attempt, but Aaron Ramsey trying to be too clever. That needed to be hit first time. It just bounced in at an angle, but smash it towards goal, rather than trying to get your head up, then do something fancy and pass it into the net. That's the real opportunity.
And chances have been so fleeting for Wales. A yellow card here for Ampadu.
No, it's red.
It's red. Ampadu is off. A poor challenge on Bernardeschi. Ampadu can't believe it. Looks up to the skies in disbelief. And what a dreadful moment for Ethan Ampadu. A straight red card in Rome. The Wales players look up to the skies in despair, and their task has just got a whole lot harder. A goal down, and then Ampadu going in on Bernardeschi, catching him, and the referee, Ovidiu Hatagan, produces a straight red card, which is being checked by VAR.
It doesn't need to be. It's a red card for me. He's late, right on the ankle, stood showing, dangerous challenge. You just hope Bernardeschi's okay. I think it's absolutely the right decision. I don't know why he seems so shocked. It's a horrible looking challenge.
And the check is complete. Ampadu sent off. Wales a goal down. Ampadu down to 10 men. And look at Gareth Bale putting his arm around Ampadu. He looks close to tears here. The Chelsea man, the young man who has had such a great start to a very promising career. But it was a lunge on Bernardeschi. And off he goes. Dean Saunders watching on, the former Wales striker. It goes from bad to worse, Dean.
Yeah, I agree with Dean. It's a red card, but with the way the rules are today, you know, it was his technique let him down. He's gone in with the outside of his foot instead of being square on and using the inside of his foot. He stuck the outside of his foot in. The ball's gone, and then his follow through. He goes over the ball, so it's a red card. But I mean, you can see the tactics that Robert Page had set up. He was pushing into midfield to try and play, but we're in trouble now.
Italy on the attack with Acerbi, leading by a goal to nil on Talksport. Wales down to 10 men for well over half an hour of the game remaining. The ball is with Verratti, midway inside opposition territory. Plays it back to Jorginho. On to Acerbi. And out on the right-hand side is Chiesa. Chiesa darts away from Williams. It's a great run in field. Onto his left foot, but the pass, the shot rather, is poor. Lack power, easy for Danny Ward.
Oh, he's been sharp though, hasn't he? Chiesa, lovely bit of footwork on that far side. Just jinked little nutmegs on Nico Williams. And then shimmies inside. And just when you want that, a little bit of quality with the strike. A real scuffy one. The one that you hit with your heel. No power. Dribbles along the floor.
Switzerland 2, Turkey 0 in Baku, elsewhere in Group A. So as things stand, Wales are still going to finish second in the group, which would mean a trip to Amsterdam. Surely now that they're down to 10 men, the road to Wembley at the last 16 stage is a virtual impossibility now. It would take an incredible effort from Wales from here, as Verratti plays it back to the centre-half Bastoni, and now Donnarumma, the Italy goalkeeper, away to the right-hand side.
I mean, Joe, we could feel the heat. We're both drenched. I mean,
we really are.
You know, you don't want to be a man light in this heat against the Italians. This is going to be a really, really tough 30-35 minutes for this Welsh side, and I think Robert Page's substitutions are going to be key.
Acerbi on the halfway line for Italy as we tick towards the hour mark. Floats it down the middle up towards Belotti. Flag stays down. Belotti with his back to goal. Lays it off to Verratti. And now belatedly the flag does go up on that far side. It's a free kick to Wales.
Yeah, he's been a little bit lazy with his runs, Belotti. Very straight, his runs. He's not tried to angle them or bend his run. He just looks to just spin straight in behind. It's always very, very difficult to keep yourself on side without trying to arc that run.
Well, here's a positive change. Here comes keeper Moore, 6'5", ready to go, and it's Joe Morrell who is the man who's brought off. And with 59 minutes on the clock, Dean Ashton, no great surprise to see keeper Moore, with Wales a goal down and a man down, finally getting some game time here at the Olympico.
He won't want to have done this, I don't think, Robert Page, with Kiefer Moore on that yellow card. But I guess he probably feels like he needs that player up there that's going to try and hold things up, win free kicks, just give the rest of the team a breather at times.
Well, he produced that equaliser against Switzerland on the opening game of Group A for Wales. Can he do something even more special here against Italy? Lovely run by James down the right-hand side. James, was he fouled? Yes, Brilliant. He was, by Bastoni.
That's outstanding. We just haven't seen enough of that from Dan James. He's so good at wriggling out of situations like that. He's really good because of his low centre of gravity, that he puts his body across, and there's almost no way of not fouling him. He really dives across the body of defenders. And this is the sort of situation where Kiefer Moore all of a sudden becomes a real threat in both boxes, whether that's defending set plays or like this, looking to attack them.
Roden and Gunter both forward. Bale is lurking as well, as is Aaron Ramsey. Daniel James is over the ball. Right hand side as we look at it, near side of the field, 5 yards from the dead ball line. Italy 1, Wales 0. Wales down to 10 men. We've had over an hour. Plenty of red shirts lurking inside that penalty area for Wales. Moore has peeled away towards the far post along with Roden. And what can Wales do from this rare set-piece opportunity? James raises one arm in the air, flicks it in high to the far post. Poor, headed away easily for Italy by Pessina.
Well, when you've just brought Kiefer Moore on and you know that he wants it just standing up, floating it in, and then you fire one in really low, that's just not going to help him. Just flick that up, give him a chance.
Oh, miscue by Bastoni, got away with it as Moore charged towards him, got a lucky ricochet there, Bastoni, and now Italy on their counter-attack with Acerbi, the centre-half, over the halfway line, and he's stroked it to the right-hand side. Now an opportunity for Chiesa to drill it in towards Belotti. Great defending by Gunter to knock it away for Wales. Allen has it down right by the corner flag, his own corner flag, and Italy have managed to force a throw.
Yeah, it's going to be hard work over there for Gunter and Nico Williams to keep tabs on Chiesa. He's constantly on the move. He doesn't stand still.
Remember, Wales are all right for second place at the moment on goal difference. Switzerland lead, but they only lead 2-0. Wales are only a goal down here. It's now 2-1 to Switzerland, so that is good news for Wales. That gives them a bit of breathing space as far as the goal difference is concerned. Switzerland 2, Turkey 1 in Baku. And those Wales fans high up at the top corner of the Olympico, that will give them a little bit of cheer, a little bit of consolation. Might be a tough 28 minutes plus stoppage time to come, though, with Ethan Ampadu having been sent off. And Wales already a goal down against this Italy side, who are looking to make it 30 unbeaten today. Here is an opportunity on the near side, the left, for Bastoni with the red boots on. Back he goes to Jorginho. Square to Acerbi. No great pace, no great noise from the Italy fans. Out on the right is Chiesa. Plenty in blue to aim for in the middle. Chiesa goes on the outside, then checks back away from Williams. Finds Pessina, edge of the box. Toloi, right-footed delivery, headed away by Ramsey. Moore surely fouled there by Jorginho. Yes, he was. Free kick to Wales.
And that's what he brings you. That's, I'm sure, what Dean Saunders was talking about in that first half. He just gives you that little bit of a breather, wins free kicks. He's such a big, powerful player, and he uses his frame really, really well by getting his arms out nice and wide. But just now playing a 4-4-1 formation, midfield of Dan James left wing, Allen, Ramsey and Bale right wing, which is some midfield.
It should, well, it would against most defences, create chances, but this is an Italy side that hasn't let in a goal for months, Dean.
And they've got to defend.
Forward by Ward for Wales, up towards Moore, who wins the header, went cross-field and infield with it, but nobody there in a red shirt to get the touch, and Pessina breaks for Italy over the halfway line. The goal scorer prods it forward towards Chiesa, and he's got there. Chiesa, he's into the penalty area, 2 in the middle, plays it back to Belotti. Great save by Danny Ward with his legs from point blank range to deny Belotti, and it's gone behind for a corner.
Brilliant again from Chiesa. Like I said, constantly on the move. Nico Williams can't cope with him now. 1v1. He's got him behind again. He's took his time. He's played a lovely little pass back towards Belotti, and there's Danny Ward again, using his knee just to flick the ball wide. Great goalkeeping.
Another crucial stop in the group stage for the Wales number 1. Might have number 12 on the back of his shirt, but he certainly is the first choice. Plenty forward for Italy for this corner. Wales have got everybody back. Again, Verratti and Bernardeschi over the ball. Referee just having words with Chris Gunter and Joe Roden inside the penalty area as they threaten to go head-to-head with Pessina and Acerbi. Bastoni's up there too, and Belotti and Jorginho at the far post. Verratti's going to leave the corner for Bernardeschi. Left-footed in, swinging to the near post, and the header is flashed wide. And stretching to reach it was Toloi, but he can only send it wide of the near post.
Again, though, got across that near post defender, and Ramsey it was this time, that didn't get his body shape right, wasn't looking to see where the runners were coming from. And if he'd have just got more of a glance on that rather than a meaty header, Toloi, that could have been an issue.
Key flashpoints in the second half, a second half of a few chances certainly for Wales. That one opportunity for Aaron Ramsey, but Ethan Ampadu sent off. We are now 20 minutes into the second period. Switzerland 2, Turkey 1 is the other score in Group A. Italy are going to win the group. Wales going to finish second on 4 points. That would be enough. And Switzerland third, and Turkey bottom with nothing to show for their efforts in terms of points. Emerson on the halfway line. Back to Bastoni, and now Acerbi. Up to the right-hand side, the far side, and Toloi. And now an opportunity for Bernardeschi to drive forward dangerously on the attack. Edge of the penalty area, slips as he goes to shoot. Headed away by Roden. The ball kind of spat up into the air off the left boot of Bernardeschi. Now Verratti in the middle of the Wales half. Pops it to the left, and Bastoni once again. Even the centre halves are camped deep inside Wales territory. Rob Page turns away momentarily as Italy come forward again. Bernardeschi down the right. It seems a matter of time only before Italy get their second, I'm afraid. Here's Jorginho darting into the penalty area, lays it back. The effort deflected over the top this time The spinning and turning and shooting was Emerson, looking for his first ever international goal. In the end, it's behind for a corner.
Oh, it's so difficult now with so many Italian players looking to burst into the box. Who's got who? In the end, it's just going to come down to grit, determination. Aaron Ramsey throwing his body at that Emerson attempt and managing to spoon it over the top.
Wales down to 10 men, having to work really hard, having to suffer in the game. Verratti's corner, Ward almost dropped it. He did drop it, in fact. Ramsey gets the loose ball, fortunately for Wales, and Ramsey hammers it out of play. But Italy are really forcing the issue now, really piling the pressure on this Wales team as they seek a second goal that would surely make the game safe. High ball into the box, taken by Danny Ward, and it's now Switzerland 3, Turkey 1 elsewhere in Group A. So Wales have got to be mindful of not conceding. There's still a couple of goals deficit between them and Switzerland in the race for second spot. As things stand, Rob Page's team are going to be okay, but he'd probably take a 1-0 defeat at this point, Dean Ashton.
Oh, absolutely he would. It's going to take a real effort though from these players. It's going to be a real test. I mean, Nico Williams will just be delighted that Bernardeschi's actually swapped with Chiesa and gone over to his side. So now Connor Roberts is going to have the task to keep Chiesa quiet. But you just know Mancini will be desperate. Get that second goal, he can then make some more changes.
Here is Toloi for Italy, out on the far side in front of the east stand. Good noise from the Italians again, more of those flags being unfurled. Temperatures are cooling off a tiny bit, still very warm. Jorginho just to the right of the centre circle. 1-0 to Italy. Out on the far side is Pessina. Bernardeschi making the underlapping run. Back in field it goes to Jorginho. Now Bernardeschi. Out on the right-hand channel. Slips in Pessina inside the area. Pessina twisting and turning. Plays it back to Verratti. All very congested here for Italy. Wales have got everybody bar Moore back behind the ball. Verratti on the edge of the box. Out to the right and Bernardeschi again. Back to Verratti. Now Jorginho. Italy very patient. It's attack v defence here at the Stadio Olimpico. Bernardeschi goes on the outside, checks back onto his right foot, and then his right foot is his weaker one. Didn't look comfortable there, and he took the ball out of play, and it's a goal kick to Wales.
Yeah, that was better. A real sort of team effort, almost like a red napkin just on the pitch from the Welsh players. Nothing more than that. Every single player back, just making sure that the only way you're going to get through is down the sides.
It's a difficult one, isn't it, for Rob Page here, Dean, because another goal conceded, coupled with a fourth for Switzerland against Turkey, would drop Wales down to third, if my maths is correct. And so is it a question of going for an equaliser, or is it a question of trying to make sure first and foremost you don't concede anymore?
I think it's about not conceding, isn't it? You're a man light. It's about digging in. Can we keep the score as it is right now, which I think could be a monumental effort from the players? Can he make sure that he uses the right subs at the right time just to freshen the side up and make sure that people don't switch off with tiredness and in the heat?
Can they get one chance, Wales? Long throw from Connor Roberts, high up towards keeper Moore, headed away by Alessandro Bastoni, but the loose ball has fallen for Roberts on the near side of the field. Immediately Bernardeschi pressuring him hard, so too is Verratti. The ball is cleared. It's a Wales throw right by the corner flag.
But nice to have that weapon, isn't it, of a long throw when you've got Kiefer Moore on. Might just give you, like you say, that one opportunity if the ball just falls nicely for one of the Welsh players.
Roden's going to come forward as well. Moore is in there, Bale is in there. Long throw from Roberts up towards Roden, but it's headed away. Ramsey can't reach the loose ball on the edge of the box. It's back out wide from Allen to Roberts. Infield to Ramsey. 25 yards out, the Juventus man sends it in high into the penalty area, and that's easy for Toloi just to let it drop behind. Out of play for a goal kick. We've had 72 minutes, 1-0 to Italy against the 10 men. Let's get the thoughts of the former Wales striker Dean Saunders.
Well, it's going to be a long 20 minutes. I mean, just now, our ambition should be don't go 2-0 down, and 5 minutes to go, we might attempt to get an equaliser. Because players are running past Kiefer Moore, 3 or 4 players at a time, and when we get out of shape, Italy will do us on the break. We've just got to keep getting back in our shape, every time we get a set piece, the game is even. You can get 4 players in the box. But when the ball's on its way to Kiefer Moore, you can't have too many midfield players running past him, because if we lose it, we're in all sorts of trouble.
Dean Saunders, former Wales striker there, live on Talksport. Corner to Italy on this near side of the field. A couple of changes on the way for Italy, I think, but they'll wait for this corner to be taken. Again, plenty forward in blue, as you'd expect. Marco Verratti of PSG is over it into the near post. It's flicked on and it just evades Acerbi inside the 6-yard area. The centre half, hands to his face, knows that if he'd got a touch, it surely would have been 2-0 to the Azzurri.
But how many times does that have to happen? Aaron Ramsey's in exactly the same position again, and he stood looking at the corner taker. You need to be stood face on, side on, corner taker, attacker. Just be able to see as they come across you. He didn't, and again Toloi ran across, won the header, and you're right, Acerbi wasn't too far away. Now I know you're tired, but you've just got to do these simple things when defending.
Mexican waves now in Rome. Harry Wilson stripped and ready to come on in the red of Wales, and Italy going to make a couple of changes too. Brian Cristante and Giacomo Raspadori, who was the surprise pick for the tournament. Wales meanwhile, off comes Dan James and on comes Harry Wilson. Dean?
Well, I mean, I think with that substitution, what it does give you is a threat from a set piece, a free kick. You know, if Kiefer Moore can win a free kick or the likes, then he's got the ability to get you a goal in that sense, and just freshening up the side in the attacking half.
Italy heading for 11 straight wins. Jorginho gets a rousing ovation. Brian Cristante, third sub appearance at this finals, and Giacomo Raspadori, little known before this tournament really, the young man, 21, the Sassuolo striker. What a moment for him. First ever appearance for Italy at a major tournament, and just his second cap for the national side. He's only played, Raspadori, a handful of minutes of football for Italy so far. He'll get a big cheer, I'm sure, as Bernardeschi goes off.
Well, I think, you know, Italy can do this. It's not really about a formation anymore for the Italians. It's about having plenty of options in attack to make clever runs and try and break Wales down when they're defending.
Wales free kick, 10 yards into opposition territory. Gunter and Roden up from the back. It's floated forward towards Roden by Connor Roberts. Roden wins the header. Gareth Bale misses at the far post on the volley, 8 yards out, nobody around him. What a chance that is for Wales.
What a chance, what a miss from Gareth Bale. It's a brilliant header back across from Rodon. He does absolutely everything right that he didn't do in the first half. He just heads it back across, 6 yards out, no one near him, side volley. You'd say every day of the week this is nestling in the back of the net, and he skies it.
That is a glorious opportunity, particularly for a player of his quality.
That is just purely lack of concentration. It's not a difficult skill for Gareth Bale. He would do that very simply in training, but just in that moment, for someone with such quality to snatch that and spin it over the top, what a miss.
Gareth Bale's goal drought continues. Remember, he missed a penalty against Turkey in Baku on Wednesday. What a chance to level, but it's still 1-0 to Italy on Talksport with 14 to go. Last knockings of this last game for both in Group A. Emerson near side of the field chests it down for Italy. Remember, Wales have been down to 10 men since the 55th minute. Little touch from Pessina towards Raspadori, the young striker who's just come on. Roberts has to clear from his right back position, high downfield, brilliantly controlled by Moore. Holds it up very well on the halfway line and wins a free kick. That's what Wales have been looking for.
That is just outstanding centre forward play. When you've got players around you, beautiful touch just to cushion it with his laces. Saw the challenge coming, rode the challenge and won his team a free kick. That's just brilliant. That's so helpful for his side.
Still Switzerland 3, Turkey 1 in Baku. Wales, as things stand, will finish second in the group. Free kick right on the near side, right in front of Rob Page. Aaron Ramsey again is over the ball. Again, Roden's peeled away towards that far post. It's aimed at the Spurs man. He jumps for it, wins the header, flicked on towards Bale once more. This time Emerson hooks it away up into those grey skies. Brought down on the near side by Ramsey. Ramsey's fouled, and it's another free kick to Wales, and this is a really good spell in the game. One of possibly their best spell of the match, Dean.
Very naive from the Italians. Raspadori coming on, obviously wanting to make an impression. Why is Ramsey taking that quickly, or Connor Roberts? I couldn't quite see, but why? Set it up.
Cleared away easily by Italy, and the chance is gone. And Ramsey wants another free kick, but he's not going to get it in exactly the same position. Italy are on the attack. Cristante knocks it wide to Chiesa, who's darting forward. It's played down the right-hand side. Opportunity for a cross from that far side of the field by Toloi, who doesn't look comfortable going forward, and he's ballooned it behind, and it's a goal kick.
Well, we have to go back to that opportunity for Gareth Bale. I mean, it was just headed back across from Rodon. He sees it all the way. There's no pressure. It's just really, really poor technique from Gareth Bale.
Rob Page, just seen a replay on our monitors in the commentary position here at the Olympico. He could not believe it. Wales somehow still trail. Ian Rush is here today, by the way. Just seen a shot of him in the crowd. Wales legend. And the Wales legend on the field should have made it 1-1. Wilson out to the left-hand side now, and Nico Williams driving forward. Referee plays the advantage. Williams tries a cross. It's blocked off, this time by Pessina. And Rob Page wants the free kick, wants the play to be brought back. What's the referee doing here? He's certainly produced a yellow card. Looks like for Chris Gunter.
Absolutely, yeah. Just very cynical. Stop the counter-attack in its tracks. But Rob Page is furious because of the earlier challenge on Wilson.
There's a yellow card for Pessina as well, and a free kick to Italy just shy of the halfway line. Can they keep going here, the 10 men of Wales? Can they carve out maybe one last chance? Remember, as things stand, courtesy of goal difference, they're going to be okay. They are going to finish second in the group, but it's a little nervy, and there's more than 10 minutes of normal time to go. Out on the right-hand side is Toloi. Further forward, an opportunity for Chiesa to run. Sets up Pessina, and the offside flag is up, and it's a free kick to Wales.
Well, it just seems as if the substitutions for both sides have really unsettled Italy and galvanised Wales all of a sudden, because they've got that focal point in Kiefer Moore that's won a couple of free kicks, because they then can be a threat from long throws, set plays. All of a sudden it just feels as if there's still a chance for Wales.
It does. You do feel just a half chance. That's maybe all they need.
Well, they had more than that.
They had a glorious opportunity. Gareth Bale should have scored. Foul by Kiefer Moore, midway inside opposition territory. And it's Toloi who he's sent tumbling, Cherby rather, leaning with his arm.
Yeah, just got to be careful. That's his natural way to use that frame to lead with his arms, as we were taught to do as young players. That's how you get across defenders, but because of his size and how tall he is, generally his arm is level with the defender's face.
Dean Ashton, former England striker, alongside me, Joe Shedden, in the commentary box, live from inside the stadium. In the 81st minute on Talksport, tight and tense. Italy 1, the 10 men of Wales 0. There's Ethan Ampadu, who was sent off, straight red. Barely consolable as he left the field. Cherby, 10 yards from the halfway line. Italy fans waving their flags again, green and white and red. Here is Cristante, dropping deep the Roma player. Square to Bastoni on the near side, back to Cristante once again. Square pass to Cherby, onto Verratti, and Wales have really got to keep their concentration here. Chiesa's peeled away to the right, infield it goes to Pessina, the goal scorer. Back now to Toloi. This is Italy, isn't it, Dean Ashton? They just toy with you.
Absolutely. I mean, look, they're trying to switch play nice and quickly and then have runners from midfield when them gaps open up, and you've got to shuffle across, keep your concentration, lots of communication.
Cristante, square to Verratti. He's 30 yards out here, Verratti. Chiesa's got the ball, out on the right-hand side. Raspadori in the middle, so to Belotti. What a story that would be for Raspadori if he were to get a goal. Wales camp deep inside their own half again. Chiesa's peeled away to the right-hand side. He's ready to take on Nico Williams. He's got his arms behind his back. Chiesa twisting one way and the other. Plays it back to Verratti, edge of the box now. Toloi, touch a little heavy. Allen can't scramble it away. Pessina inside the 18-yard box. Still they can't get it clear. Verratti's touched it onto Chiesa. Chiesa, the angle a little tight. Onto his right foot, smacks it goalwards. Good block by Joe Allen, and Nico Williams might have got a touch on that as well. Italy have a corner and Wales are visibly tiring here.
Absolutely. Well, they're going to, aren't they? It's going to take a lot of work. Mentally as well, it's extremely tiring. Keeping your concentration. Making sure you're shuffling across.
And Wales about to make a triple change. Details of that in just a moment. David Brooks, Ben Davies, and I think young Dylan Levitt set to come onto the field. But meanwhile, Italy first have got themselves a corner. Chiesa, the man who is over the ball, high up towards Pessina, gets it away from goal, drops Chiesa on the edge of the box, onto his left side. Can he get the shot away? He does, Chiesa, and well blocked by Roberts, his opposite number, the number 14. It nearly knocked him over. Another corner to Italy, their 7th of the game, 1-0 to Italy, with 6.5 minutes to play.
It's been hard to handle Chiesa, whether it was Nico Williams or Connor Roberts. Difficult to stop him because he can go both ways.
Corner's taken short, now Verratti. Corner the penalty area for Italy, slips it left to Chiesa. Chiesa once again looking to torment that Wales back line. All 9 outfield players back behind the ball for Wales in the area. Verratti though from the edge of the box curls one in. Danny Ward got a touch to it. Roden tries to get the header clear. Wales still not away just yet. Then they do get there. Harry Wilson lofts it over the halfway line, all the way through to the Italy goalkeeper Gigi Donnarumma. But Italy are absolutely relentless as they look for the second goal. That will surely seal all 3 points. And Wales have managed to win a throw, and here I think it come the changes.
And again, I mean, look, Gareth Bale, he knows what's required. It's a team effort. Great work there just to make sure that Verratti doesn't allow another attack to start.
Well, Italy are preparing a change as well. Wales with a triple substitution to come. And here comes the 4th official with his electronic board. David Brooks, Ben Davies and Dylan Levitt of Manchester United, stripped and ready to come on in red. What a moment for the Manchester United man in particular, you feel. And the Wales change is going to see Gareth Bale leave the field, and his thoughts, no doubt, turning to that opportunity missed, Dean Ashton.
Yeah, he'll struggle to sleep tonight thinking about that, especially if the worst was to happen and they were to finish 3rd. But I've got to say I've been impressed with his work off the ball to defend and help his team. Has been very impressive.
Nico Williams also replaced Ben Davies. That should be a straight swap for Wales. And the Spurs man just getting confirmation before he can actually take to the field here, Ben Davies. I'm not sure really what the hold-up is. And Joe Allen, his number is up, and Dylan Levitt will be his replacement. What a moment for a man who has played more games for Wales, Dylan Levitt, Dean, than he has for Manchester United.
Just incredible, isn't it? What a moment for him. Stadio Olimpico, Rome, against Italy.
What a moment too for Gaetano Castrovilli. Just his 3rd Italy cap. Matteo Pessina, whose goal separates the 2 sides, is the man to leave the field. And Italy, I think, want to bring a goalkeeper on as well. Salvatore Sirigu has his kit on, he's got his gloves on as well, and I think will come on in the next break in play. Not sure what you make of that, Dean, in a major tournament finals to bring on a goalkeeper with 3.5 minutes left.
Very strange. Unless I assume there's not an injury, because he hasn't had a lot to do in this second half, Donnarumma.
Well, we will see. Wales with this new look front line, down to 10 men. down by a goal to nil. 3 minutes left on Talksport in Rome. Can Wales summon up a chance from somewhere? The ball is on the halfway line. It's with Bastoni. Plays it square, does Bastoni to Cristante. Now Acerbi. Acerbi looks up, plays it back into midfield, and Cristante again. Those central defenders just exchanging passes with ease. Sirigu, the goalkeeper, waiting to come on. Hands behind his back, all in grey. We'll keep an eye on Donnarumma. And now Toloi out on the far side, the right for Italy. It's almost torture this for Wales. They've just got to win it back and hope that they can fashion out some kind of chance. But Italy on the attack at the other end. Belotti spinning and turning on the edge of the box. The loose ball drops for Toloi. Plays it square to Verratti. Verratti on the edge of the D. Tries a shot blocked by David Brooks. Well done getting back there, but the loose ball has fallen to an Italy shirt. It's Chiesa, great feet to the edge of the box, and Raspadori couldn't get his shot away. Belotti shoots on the turn, and good handling in the end by Ward. He palmed it down in front of him, but he was very alert there, the Wales goalkeeper, pounced on the loose ball, and it's still just 1-0 to Italy.
But they're having to work so hard, the Italians, to create anything whatsoever. I have to say, the shape and effort from this Welsh side has been absolutely brilliant since the red card, and it was brilliant footwork from Chiesa, eventually falling to Belotti, who just back to goal, looking to swivel and shoot in one motion straight at the goalkeeper.
Wales will finish second in Group A as things stand, despite Switzerland being 3-1 up against Turkey. Here comes that change for Italy. Off goes Donnarumma. Bizarre sight in a competitive match at a European Championships, unless it is an injury. And Salvatore Sirigu, who is the number one for a few seasons, is the man who comes on, gets a big hug from Donnarumma.
Seems a bit gimmicky, doesn't it, really? I'm not quite sure.
Surely that's an injury, Dean, otherwise wouldn't it not be a little disrespectful?
Well, what's he injured from? He's
not had much to do.
He's not really done anything, and by the way, he's sort of just high-fiving the bench. He seems absolutely fine. Strange.
As we tick towards stoppage time, is there a chance of an equaliser for Wales? I wonder. Not at the moment, it doesn't seem like it. Verratti, midway inside his own half. Verratti's been excellent today for Italy. I wonder whether he will start in the round of 16 tie to come for Italy. It will be at Wembley Stadium, it looks like, live on the Talksport network. Every game of Euro 2020 live with us. Tomorrow, 4 more matches, and then Tuesday, Czech Republic, England on Talksport, Croatia, Scotland on Talksport 2. Ball is out on the right for Italy, just toying with Wales here. Wales really impressively well drilled and well organised as we enter 3 minutes of stoppage time at the end of the game, but their efforts will be for nothing, it looks like, on the day at least. Castrovilli down the right-hand channel, he's held it up well by the corner flag, he's in a position to cross here, converged upon by 2 red shirts. Davis gets it away. Haven't really been able to get Kiefer Moore on the ball at all here, Wales, and it's so difficult when you're down to 10 men.
But if they can just hang on, honestly, it'll feel like a victory. It will. The confidence that they'll gain from putting in the shift that they have done as a team to keep it the way it is, and if things stay the same in the other match as well and they finish second, they'll feel incredible.
That is what will happen as things stand. Wales will finish second in the group. Toloi plays it, and maybe Wales content now because they have got everybody back deep inside their own half. We've got just over 2 minutes of stoppage time to go. I think both sides here happy to play out time. Verratti, 20 yards to the edge of the box. Plays it square to Cristante, opens up for him. Cristante drills it in low. Ward makes the save. Was there a foul inside the 18-yard box by Roberts on the rebound? The referee says no. I'm sure VAR will have a look at it. Roberts has hacked it clear meanwhile. There's 2 minutes to go, less than 2 minutes now.
Yeah, sign is always in the player that's been fouled. Was there any sign that he thought it was a penalty? And Raspadori didn't even flinch.
Dean Ashton, former Premier League striker, knows what he's talking about. 90 seconds to go here. Switzerland 3, Turkey 1, but Wales are going to be okay. Goal difference is helping them out here. The Wales fans, I can see a big group of them on their feet with their arms outstretched. Whatever happens, they can be proud of their side's performance today against a very classy opponent in Italy. Castrovilli out on the right. You're listening to Talksport. A minute to go. Italy 1, the 10 men of Wales 0. Ball is thundered clear by Roberts. And do Wales have any ambition here? Italy have a throw in the right back position. Do Wales try and push forward and try and win it back high up the field?
Well, they're lucky that the Italians aren't really pushing, are they? I think even they've sort of
been sapped by the heat.
Exactly, surrendered to the napkin of Welsh players that they just cannot get through. That is how tightly bunched they are defensively.
And over one set piece, Wales, it would still be 0-0, but they are a goal down. 30 seconds to go. Time ticking away. The Wales fans are clapping and cheering. I'm sure they know that they're going to finish second as things stand in the group. Verratti plays it forward. The ball's on the halfway line. Italy, no ambition to get forward now. 10 seconds to go. Acerbi plays it. Oh my goodness me, Moore had nearly intercepted that. The full-time whistle goes. Wales are beaten in Rome, but as time ticks away elsewhere, it looks as though they will still finish second in Group A, and that would be a job well done. Congratulations to Italy, who topped the group. It's an 11th straight win for Roberto Mancini's side. Italy now unbeaten for 30 matches for only the second time in their history. Pessina with the first half winner, but for Wales, a dogged, gallant effort. They had Ethan Ampadu sent off early in the second period, but they didn't lose heart, they didn't lose organisation. There's still hope for Wales, and the full-time whistle has gone in Baku. Switzerland have won, but they haven't managed to overhaul Wales's grip on second spot. So Rob Page's team have a date with Amsterdam in the last 16 of Euro 2020. They finished second despite being beaten here in Rome, live on Talksport by a 1-0.